Okay, so what is the deal of this video? So, the XComp Tech, we want to be the leading advanced composite company, but we also get into metals and 3D printing. So I just found out, guys, and now Stratasys. I don't know if you know Stratasys. Let me just say what this is. This is a XComp sluice, and this is the leading sluice in the world built using electronics that aren't available. So this is all made out of fiberglass, and fiberglass is great, but it was a composite of fiberglass and foam. Just a prototype, just to show that the technology works. The only way to do that was to build something that couldn't be built in any other method other than fiberglass. But okay, so what is Stratasys? Let's look at Stratasys. Stratasys is, Stratasys, I'll go on that at another point. It's a company that allows you guys to, or it's a method that allows a person to electroplate a metal onto a 3D printed object. And now this 3D printed object can be anything, a PLA, ABS, but what's happening is they're able to get something almost to the strength of metal, of maybe an aluminum, a 6061 aluminum. So here's the thing, that's aerospace grade aluminum. And if you're telling me a 3D printed part and you electroplate it for days and days and days, I think they did it for 4 days and they noticed a 400% increase. Guys, 400% increase in strength. So it's insane, absolutely insane. So why is that important? Because then I thought, okay, they're doing that. Why can't we put graphene and nickel, which is super hard? Nickel by itself, it's like 1700 MPa, which is insane. But they're saying, I had this idea about, and then I looked it up, but because I do work with graphene, and graphene was my first. I made graphene, I think, in 2013. Anyway, so understanding that they made a graphene nickel electroplate, and it is almost 1.7 times stronger and had, insane. It could reach 240 GPA. That is absolutely insane. So super, super strong. But the trick, I know, I'm sorry, I'm putting this all over the place. I'm talking, recording at the same time. But yeah, they used multi-layer structures were dispersed in a nickel plating solution by a surfactant, AE, which may be soap, liquid dish soap, with a magnetic stirring method. Graphene nanos sheets were incorporated into nickel matrix through plating to form the nickel graphene composites on a target substrate. So understand, guys, this is 2 times the strength of aerospace grade aluminum, which says for this amount of, to be honest with you, this cost nothing. It costs so little to make this. This nickel, if you want to get nickel at the store, you go to Home Depot. It's called a root kill. It's a nickel liquid. Anyways, they're gel. You'll see when you see it, and then you gotta kind of dilute it in water. Anyways, you do that. Super cheap, electroplating super cheap, and here's the crazy part: the longer that you keep it on, the longer that you keep the electroplating happening, it builds up 10,000ths of a thickness every single day. So it's 1,000th of an inch every single day it's electroplated. So let's say they left it for 4 days, and at that point, it was 400 times stronger than the original 3D printed part. So this is next generation stuff. Absolutely next generation stuff. And so now, even 400% stronger, if they're saying, okay, well now if you add graphene to that, that's my question, because I know graphene. I know that is an insane, one of the craziest conductors we have. I mean, the material is so incredibly conductive. It's insane. So why don't we dope the graphene with nickel? And apparently they're saying, okay, it's almost 2 times as strong as the hardest aluminum, aerospace aluminum out there. So my question is, why don't we do that on the composite sluices? Why don't we do that with everything? It is so cheap. I'm going to 3D print a model of this. And, I do have other projects I'm working on. You know what I mean? The rotary's insane. I'm making a rotary hydroponic system. But I wanted to have some insane designs. And yeah, it's the best design you get inside there. There's electronics that have never been done before. So I want to 3D print this entire thing, right? Customize that, 3D print everything. I want to electroplate it all in nickel graphene, guys. All in nickel graphene. This is going to be 2 times stronger than aluminum. Aluminum is what you see most sluices. I mean, this is something you'd see like a NASA spacecraft. But you can use a lot less material. It's just really cheap to be able to do that. I think it's the only way you're going to have that type of crazy strength on something like that is by doing something nobody's doing. So anyways, this is we're allowed to have this through 3D printing. All right, so here is another thing. Hold on. So this is the rotary, guys. So when you have things like this, right? You have lattice structures, and the entire side is going to be made. Everything is going to be coated, so that it's going to be way stronger than metal. So we're going to have to definitely see if that works for us with what we're doing. And so yeah, future definitely.